There are moments in Hollywood when power, vision, and ambition collide, and the result isn't just a casting decision. It's a defining cultural moment. One such moment happened behind the scenes of a pastel-colored feminist juggernaut, Barbie, a film that not only shattered box office records but reshaped how female-led productions are perceived in the industry. At the center of this phenomenon was Margot Robbie, a producer, a star, and the driving force behind the film's success. But what the world didn't see was the quiet storm brewing in the background. A failed negotiation, a power struggle, and a name that could have changed the course of the film: Blake Lively. Margot Robbie didn't audition for Barbie. She didn't have to. She produced it. And in her words, she cast herself. But even that wasn't done lightly. When Greta Gerwig, the acclaimed director of Lady Bird and Little Women, came on board to write and direct, Margot made one thing clear. She was happy to stay behind the scenes. "I don't have to be in the movie," she told Greta. "I just want to produce it." But Gerwig insisted. She saw Margot not just as a producer, but as the perfect face of Barbie. And so the part was written for her. Behind the glitter and charm of Barbie Land, though, casting wasn't just about who looked the part. The team behind the film wanted actresses who embodied empowerment, collaboration, and a sense of ensemble storytelling. That's when Blake Lively's name came up. A Hollywood golden girl with undeniable presence and style, Blake seemed like an obvious fit. Her past work with America Ferrera in The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants made her a nostalgic, familiar face to audiences. On paper, it made sense. But this wasn't about paper. This was about the spirit of the film. As the casting process gained momentum, insiders say Blake Lively was more than interested. She was ambitious. She didn't just want to be another Barbie in the background. She wanted influence. She wanted to help shape the narrative. And that's where things began to unravel. Sources close to the project reveal that Blake made it clear she wasn't content with a supporting role. She wanted a version of Barbie that allowed her to shine. A larger part, deeper character development, and, perhaps most critically, creative control. She reportedly pushed for script changes that would elevate her role beyond what was originally written. But Barbie was never meant to be about one star. It was designed to celebrate diversity, womanhood, and the strength of collective storytelling. And Margot Robbie wasn't about to let anyone compromise that. Blake herself has been candid in past interviews about her approach. "I knew they just wanted me to show up, look cute, stand on a pink sticker and say my lines," she once said. "But that's not fulfilling for me. I need to be part of the storytelling, the costumes, the writing, the character arc." And while some directors welcomed that input, others resented it. Because sometimes, Blake wouldn't reveal her intentions until after she'd secured a role, leading producers to feel blindsided. That, according to insiders, is exactly what happened with Barbie. Margot Robbie, who had spent years developing the film through her production company Lucky Chap Entertainment, wasn't interested in a co-star trying to rewrite the rules before the cameras even started rolling. The discussions with Blake never made it past early negotiations. And just like that, the door quietly closed. What followed was one of the cleanest power moves in recent Hollywood memory. There were no public fallouts. No press statements. No behind-the-scenes leaks. Margot simply moved forward with the film. And the results spoke for themselves. Barbie became a global phenomenon, grossing over $1 billion, earning critical acclaim, and delivering a cultural moment that needed no extra star power to shine. But for Blake Lively, the story didn't end there. Her approach to Barbie wasn't an isolated incident. The same playbook seemed to unfold again on another high-profile project, It Ends With Us, based on the best-selling novel by Colleen Hoover. This time, she wasn't just starring. She reportedly began pushing for major script rewrites, creative input, and narrative control. Director Justin Baldoni, who had acquired the rights and was supposed to lead the project, allegedly found himself battling Blake's growing influence on set. Sources claim that she not only demanded changes to her character but altered core elements of the story, leading to creative tension and behind-the-scenes disputes. Some reports even allege that Blake edited her own version of the film, without the director seeing it, further straining the production. Baldoni, the man who fought for the project, who poured himself into it, was reportedly sidelined in his own movie. And the fallout wasn't quiet. Whispers of legal battles, recuts, and damaged reputations started swirling. Instead of a triumphant performance that redefined her career, It Ends With Us became another cautionary tale in the industry. This pattern has raised eyebrows among Hollywood insiders. Blake Lively, once seen as a grounded, charming actress with both talent and style, is now being scrutinized for her need to control. Control over the narrative. Control over the production. Control over the spotlight. And it's beginning to cost her. Even her past collaborators have grown distant. America Ferrera, once close to Blake, has gone years without publicly acknowledging her. Anna Kendrick, her A Simple Favor co-star, reportedly requested solo interviews during their sequel's press tour. In an industry where friendships are currency and reputation is everything, that silence speaks louder than words. Meanwhile, Margot Robbie has navigated the power structure of Hollywood with precision and grace. She's built her empire the hard way, through collaboration, trust, and consistent creative excellence. With Lucky Chap, she's produced Oscar-winning films like Promising Young Woman and genre-defying blockbusters like Barbie. And she's done it without burning bridges. That's the critical difference. Margot doesn't insert herself into someone else's vision. She builds her own from the ground up. She knows when to lead, when to listen, and when to say no. And when Blake Lively tried to reshape Barbie into a platform for herself, Margot said no. Quietly, strategically, definitively. The industry noticed. The message was clear. If you want control, earn it. Don't demand it. Don't hijack it. In hindsight, Blake's absence from Barbie wasn't just a missed opportunity. It was a missed moment. A film that redefined the Hollywood ensemble, that brought together talent from all walks of life, that championed a collaborative spirit. Blake could have been part of it. But instead, she watched from the sidelines as the film soared without her. Hollywood is watching now more than ever, and Blake Lively's approach, once seen as ambition, is starting to look like overreach. With It Ends With Us surrounded by controversy, and Barbie standing tall as a billion-dollar cultural touchstone, the question looms, will Blake adjust her strategy, or will more doors keep quietly closing? Because in the end, talent may open the door, but character decides who stays in the room. And in Margot Robbie's Barbie world, there's only space for those who believe in the power of we, not just me.